And I think this kid has grown now, this kid called BRICS. We are now at the stage of starting implementation. And why this summit is important, so important, is because this is the systemization and putting of tools in place to be able to carry on implementation.
At the trade level, obviously we would like to see more growth in exchanges of trade, and the cooperation that we should have should now be much broader.
The country is growing year by year. The government of China has declared 5% growth rate for the coming years, which is quite significant. The existence of BRICS countries and the creation of development banks like the New Development Bank have been of great significance, along with the African Development Bank and the Islamic Development Bank. They bring more resources for development.
But after I met you, I suddenly got out of bed.
John Wonjong, I really was wrong about you. After meeting me, you learned to walk. This isn't a love story, it's a medical miracle.
And all the women in the club will be like sisters to me.
Hello, my name's He. Welcome to the Sunrise Festival.
Hello, I'm Luca, the Portuguese rooster. Oh my goodness! It's right there! The grandma was right here!
This General Assembly 2024 is a huge opportunity for young astronomers such as me to come and network and find out a lot about different kind of studies, what's going on right now in different fields, and to really get some motivation and learn new things.
From a business head that I wear, which is quite a couple, I could speak to the Kokozo International. It's an energy company that we established about 4 years ago that focuses primarily on renewable energy sources. And in that regard, we're looking at promoting hydro as well as nuclear energy. There's a clear agenda not only in the country but in the continent, to go back into the basics, and basics being let's reindustrialize so we can actually create jobs, and jobs that can sustain, and jobs and really the industrialization agenda also speaks to improving our economic standing.
Amongst people of your nation, you may fight, but the contradictions are not what we call antagonistic. They can be managed. So that is why I became part and parcel of the peace process in Burundi.
China and South Africa are starting to collaborate a lot more in the agricultural field. Last year, South Africa exported 220,000 tons of corn and 150,000 tons of soybean to the Chinese market.
China is the biggest importer of soybeans, about 100 million tons that they import, something between 20-25 million tons of maize. So in South African terms, we only produce about 3 million tons of soybeans, so it's small compared to that. But what makes South Africa important as a trade partner is the quality of our maize is probably some of the best in the world. And that is something that is again sought after by China.
There is a kind of dialogue between the European Union and China going on climate change. There are also discussions going on circular economy. We are in a critical situation, probably facing our own extinction, the sixth extinction. This is ours.
Be that.
We're not there where we need to be, but with the high fives we will get there, because even the United Nations Development Program agreed that if Africa were to run those high fives, Africa will achieve 90% of the Sustainable Development Goals, and Africa will also achieve 90% of the Agenda 2063, which is the Africa we want of the African Union.